Let's look at the data. Hello and welcome back to the Data Brief series where we look at the data behind your financial journey. Today, we're talking about 4 major milestones in your financial life. These are the key points where your money, priorities, and goals begin to shift. You will see as we work through each milestone how each one comes with its own challenges and opportunities. I have designed this to show you as you build wealth, your needs or priorities will also build or compound. The first milestone is reaching a $10,000 net worth. Net worth is the value of everything that you own, your assets like cash, investments, or property, minus everything that you owe like loans, mortgages, or credit card balances. According to Statista, 1.48 billion people worldwide fall underneath this threshold. So when you cross the $10,000 net worth, you're beginning your journey towards building wealth. At this stage, the focus is usually on several things. The first is budgeting. A good budget isn't about restriction, it's actually about giving your money direction. Start by tracking every expense for a month or two to see where it's actually going. Then assign limits that prioritize needs and savings before your wants. The second is paying down debt. Focus on high interest debt first because that's what eats away at your progress the fastest. The snowball or avalanche methods both work and are detailed in different YouTube videos. The key is picking one and sticking to it. Every debt you eliminate frees up more cash for building wealth. The third is avoiding overspending. Overspending usually comes from not planning ahead. Automate your savings so that money leaves your account before you're tempted to spend it. And remember, saying no to small purchases today is often what funds those big goals for tomorrow. The fourth is building a career foundation. At this stage, your earning power is your greatest wealth building tool. Seek out skills, certifications, or experiences that make you more valuable in the workplace. A strong career trajectory early on multiplies everything that you're trying to do financially. The second milestone is a $100,000 net worth. Reaching 6 figures is a big deal, and according to Statista, this puts you near the top 25% globally in net worth. Now, a 10% increase in your net worth creates $10,000 worth of assets. For example, a 10% increase in $100,000 of stocks means that you have $110,000 in your account. If you contrast this with a 10% increase from the previous asset level, which was $10,000, you would only have $11,000. The $100,000 mark is where your assets will begin saving or creating as much value as you are, unless you're making a really high income. By this point, you've probably built an emergency fund. A good rule of thumb for this is 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses in cash, and I recommend keeping that in a high yield savings account so it's safe, but it's still earning something. This buffer prevents emergencies from becoming financial disasters and using credit cards. You've probably gained traction in your career. Use this stage to continue to negotiate raises or promotions since every bump in income compounds over decades. Don't be afraid to change jobs if it significantly increases your income and growth opportunities. More income means you can accelerate both saving and investing. You've probably learned how to budget effectively. Budgeting now is less about cutting and more about optimizing. Shift from simply tracking to actively directing your money towards investments and long-term goals. The key is to make your budget a reflection of your priorities, not just your needs and expenses. You've probably started investing in real assets like stocks or real estate. Consistent investing, even in small amounts, allows compounding to do its job. Focus on broad, diversified investments like index funds, unless you're an experienced investor. Real estate can also play a role, but start small and know the risks that are associated. The third milestone is a big one, reaching the millionaire mark. Becoming a millionaire represents a massive shift. At this point, your focus moves from simply getting by to making your assets work as hard as possible for you. A 10% swing at the $1 million mark is a $100,000 increase. And for most people, this means that their portfolio can increase faster than you can save. Priorities at this stage often include something like tax strategies. Taxes can quietly erode wealth if they are ignored. Use strategies like Roth conversions, tax loss harvesting, or asset location to minimize what you owe. Working with a tax professional or a certified financial planner can often pay for itself at this stage. Estate planning. Without a plan, state law decides what happens to your assets. Wills, trusts, and powers of attorney give you control and protect your loved ones. Estate planning isn't just about money, it's actually about your peace of mind. Maximizing returns through more tactical decisions becomes more important now. Instead of chasing higher risks, you're likely focused on structuring your portfolio efficiently. The goal is steady, reliable growth rather than doubling your money overnight. Protecting what you've built is extremely important now. Insurance, asset protection strategies, and liability planning matters more as your wealth grows. Make sure that you're adequately covered for health, disability, and property risks. At this stage, defense is just as important as offense. The fourth milestone is one that we talk about often on this channel, and that is financial independence. And this is what I've put as the final milestone, and it's not tied to a single number. Instead, it's when your assets can fully cover your lifestyle needs. For some, that means less than $1 million. For others, that's actually much more. Here, money is no longer about security, it's all about your purpose. Reaching financial independence means that you have the ability to step away from your career. This is the freedom to leave work, and that is powerful, but it requires discipline to know when you're ready. Run the numbers conservatively. It's always best to underestimate your income and overestimate your expenses. This way, financial independence is truly sustainable. To do this, you will have to have your investments cover your living expenses. The focus on your investment shifts to creating reliable income streams, whether through dividends, interest, or real estate. And the challenge is balancing withdrawals with growth so that your money lasts and beats inflation. Automation and systematic withdrawals help create consistency at this level. And if you are at this level, you're likely considering letting professionals handle the details at this stage, because complexity usually outweighs the do-it-yourself approach in this instance. Advisors, accountants, and estate attorneys help protect and grow what you've built. Delegating allows you to focus on purpose, family, and the life that you actually want to live. These four milestones, the $10,000 net worth, $100,000 net worth, $1 million net worth, and the financial independent lifestyle, represent the turning points where your relationship with money continuously changes. Wherever you are on the journey, the goal isn't just to hit the number. It's to align your money with your values and the future that you want for you and your family. Thanks for watching Data Brief, and again, let's look at the data.